Dear friends, we will be going live in 1 minute. So just bear with me. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, and welcome to Heart with Saima. How is everyone doing? Um, I come to you every Thursday, and I come to you, and like I always say, I believe in touching lives. And when I come here, I come bringing my own heart on a platter for everyone. Um, like I said, I believe in touching lives. That's my motto. That's my slogan. That's what I believe in doing. And at the same time, I hope that you know. We all grow together. We all learn from each other. So we are going to. I'm in a new studio, and I'm in Funasia's studio, and we are part of Funasia now. So the background for people who are watching me do the live stream, the background is different. I do have a guest who's going to be joining me on the show, and her name is Beata. And Beata actually has been on my show before. And Beata is someone I absolutely cherish. Beata is going to come on in just a bit, and I hope for everyone who's on that you stay with me and you listen to us talk about trust and us talk about different things when Beata comes on. Um, Beata, who is going to come on in a bit, uh, I she Brianna, you play integral part in my life because as I was going through my own life journey, and which is what I talk about when I come here, Beata shared her wisdom with me, and her wisdom helped me make different choices in life. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम हमको चीज़ें मालूम नहीं हैं या हम हर इंसान में विजडम होता है. I think the human race is such a brilliant creation of our Creator. Um, as human beings, we have been created so magnificently brilliant. We have a shape, we have a heart to feel, we have a mind that we are supposed to use to to give guidance to the heart. We have a soul. And the soul और हमारी जो रूह है और हमारा जो subconscious है हमारे अंदर हमारी intuition, which is something so huge, intuition that is supposed to guide us. And there are times when literally your intuition prepares you, your intuition tells you that you know what, something seems off, and don't do this or don't do that. सो उस नज़रिए से मैं ये फील करती हूँ कि हम लोग इतने मुकम्मल बनाए गए हैं, मगर different things in our life, trauma, heartache, fear, all these things shape us as individual human beings. And with all these different things in our life, they sometimes create these barriers, and ये रुकावटें हमारी energy के अंदर इन चीज़ों से आ जाती हैं, where we might not be able to perform or produce or function at our optimum level. And when we are not able to function at our optimum, at that point there are different options which are available to us, and we use those different options to help bring clarity, to help us see through the obstacles which we see in front of us. um, कहने को तो कुछ नहीं है, मगर ये सब नज़रिए की बात है. क्योंकि ये जितने इमोशंस हैं, लाइक फियर, स्पेशली फियर, ये जितने इमोशंस हैं, these are blockages which are stopping us, right? So when we use whether we've had some trauma in our life, agar koi trauma hua hai, and we decide कि you know what, we need some help, whether it's needing psychiatric help, or whether it's needing help from a life coach or a therapist, someone who can listen to you, someone who can talk to you, someone who can reassure you that whatever it is you're feeling, whatever it is that you're thinking, that it is all valid. जो आपकी फीलिंग्स हैं, आपकी सोच है, आपका फियर है, इट इज ऑल वैलिड. बट परहैप्स इफ ये चीजें आपकी लाइफ में हिंड्रेंसेस हैं, तो then you seek the advice of some experts who can help you and kind of tweak you and shift you and help you see life in a different perspective. So you're listening to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday from 1 to 2. Uh, by profession, I'm a real estate agent. I do real estate, I do commercial, I do residential real estate. I've been doing real estate for 19 years, तो बहुत वक्त हो गया. एंड कोई रियल एस्टेट करता है जब इतने साल तक, तो दे विल टेल यू कि ये कोई आसान सफर नहीं है. इट्स ये बहुत मुश्किल सफर है. और 19 साल इस फील्ड में गुजारने का मतलब है कि यू हैव सीन इट ऑल. You have seen the highs and the lows and the good and the bad and the ugly. बहुत दफा transactions होती नहीं हैं. आपने you have spent months and months and months. Just recently, this is something that happened, that literally spent months, 5 months on a project, and 5 months के बाद, when the project was when we were expecting amazing things from the project, it kind of went into, it fell apart. So the reason I'm saying that is just to kind of tell you कि इस field में हर तरह की चीजें होती हैं. And when all these things happen, दिल भी टूटते हैं, काम में भी दिल टूटते हैं, and real life में भी टूटते हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. But at the end of the day, whatever happens in your life, right, the show must go on, and you must get up, and you must find a different place for yourself in your life. So, having said that, we are just going to talk a little bit about real estate and talk a little bit about what's happening in the world of real estate. So, this is according to Metrotex, which is the Dallas Association of Realtors. Metrotex Association said that the median DFW home prices, they did slip back to 400,000 as the sales go down. So, yes, the real estate market has been impacted since the interest rates soared to basically a 2 decade high. If you're looking to reach out to me, please do email me at vip@simadillon.com, vip@simadillon.com, and that's VIP, like Victor, India Papa, at SAIMADHILLON, simadillon.com. So Victor, India Papa at simadillon.com. 972-244-3106, 972-244-3106. I do commercial as well as residential real estate. I was just telling someone yesterday that commercial real estate is my primary focus, but I've done residential for 19 years, and with 19 years experience, jab bhi, the things, the work gets difficult, us time ke upar residential is what keeps us in real estate afloat, and gives us enough where we are able to sustain, and where we are able to continue with this journey and get up and keep going. So, having said that, coming back to Beata. Beata is someone that I'm getting ready to bring on, and Beata is someone who I feel that everyone should come in, everyone should tune in, and everyone should listen to the wisdom which is going to come forward from Beata. It was 2021, right, Beata? I think it
Yes,
was 2 years ago, December.
yes,
I remember that it was Christmas time, and
yes.
I just finished doing a live stream with you, and I was sharing with you my journey of uh, where my heart was hurting because someone I loved truly. Um, my relationship with that person was impacted, and I asked Beata what I should do, because none of it was making any sense to me as to what was going on. And Beata, you asked me literally a few questions. You said, uh, how important is she to you? And I told you that she is extremely important in my life, and my life journey. And you said that nothing else matters. He said, she said, XYZ, none of it makes any difference. And if you love the person in your life, it doesn't matter what misunderstandings have happened. The only thing that matters is that you love her, and you go, and you have to disregard everything else. And right there you told me to pick up my phone, and you told me that you need to text the people that you love, four things. And I love you, I'm thankful to have you in my life, you are enough, and ask for forgiveness. So I did not, if you listen to your ego will tell you not to do this because he said, she said, XYZ, misinterpretations, how individuals are perceiving things. You told me none of it matters, just send this text. And literally, with you on my computer with me on
I
StreamYard.
remember.
Yes, and I texted her, and after I texted her, um, it's still been an ongoing journey, but that is something, Beata, I've taken to my heart as this piece of advice, that even with 2 years down the road, yesterday I was at a brunch with a group of people, and it was a networking meeting, and we were all introducing ourselves. And I sat there and I told everyone to come and tune into the radio and to listen to you come on, because this is these are the pearls of wisdom that I took from you 2 years ago. And I told them that this is what I take forward with me in my life. And I text these words to my children frequently, and I ask my children for forgiveness for the times that I mess up my relationship with them. There are moments where I'm not at my prime. There are moments where I lose my cool and my collectiveness, and I fall apart. And I go out and I tell my children that, you know what, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the mistakes I've made, and I'm thankful to have you in my life. There's no one, regardless of our journey, regardless of us falling apart multiple times, regardless of anything, there's no one else I would want for my children, and you are enough for me. Welcome, Beata.
Oh, thank you so much. What a beautiful introduction that is, Saima. You are one of the women that I so admire. I follow you on a daily basis. You are an inspiration. I hope you know just how big of an impact you are having in your communities and the world out there, because you are affecting through your radio, through your posts, through being so magnetic on social media. You have an impact on hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people at this point. And the words that you have to say, the messages that you have and you share, the support that you give, it's exactly what this planet needs. It's exactly what we need.
Thank
It's
you,
the
Beata.
transformation that we all need to make. It's the transformation that we all need to find for ourselves in this lifetime.
Beata, thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words. I always tell people, um, I always tell people that um, there's no ulterior motive. There is. I've been doing my podcast and now the radio show. It's like 3.5 years now that I've been doing it, since early 2020. And there is no other motive to it. Real estate, I started talking about literally recently in the last several months, because of the encouragement of the radio as well. The person who was bringing us on and giving us this platform on the radio to be ourselves, and which is something so phenomenal, and I'm so grateful to them for giving me this chance to spread the message and to spread the word and to spread whatever it is that my message is, because it's from the heart. I joke about it. I say real estate I have to mention, because if I don't mention it, how will I sustain? But even that is a passion project. Even that is from the heart. So I think everything that I do is just from the heart, and while things last, they last, and if they end, they end, and whatever it is, life keeps going on, and one door closes and another opens, and we just have to take a leap of faith, and we always have to believe in ourselves. And so welcome again, Beata. And you told me, you know I've learned so much wisdom from you, and you told me, let's talk about trust, because tell me, why did you feel that we should talk about trust today?
Well, there are multiple layers of that. But the work that I do and what you just talked about, having heart to heart talks, living heart to heart, it has everything to do with how do I trust myself and how do I follow my heart. Yeah, as you said, we need to follow our passions, we need to do things openly, we need to come from the heart. But do we trust ourselves every time that what my heart is saying, it's something valuable enough, it's worthy enough for others to listen, to connect with? So I feel like most of the issues that we face in today's world come from the place of not connecting with our hearts, not connecting with our intuition, not connecting with the internal knowing, with trusting ourselves enough to overcome the fears, to make a difference, to do something different, to come out with a message that might be uncomfortable or inconvenient for someone, but it must be said anyway, to reach out to a friend when my heart is aching and trust and believe that what I'm doing is the right thing for the friendship and is the right thing for me. There are so many levels to trust, and it all starts from that core childhood wounding place. We grow up with all kinds of messages floating around us that are being told to us directly or to people we love, like our parents or our siblings. And we take those messages as truth about us and about people around us. And we grow up with these messages, identifying with them that this is who I am. For example, if my if my sister tells me, "Oh, you're just ugly," right? Just because we're children and children have no idea the weight of the words, of the messages that the words actually carry. I believe that because it's an emotional message. It makes me feel certain things. So with life, we connect with that feeling. Every next time someone says something about the way I look, it goes back to that original feeling that I had. Because we might not remember the exact situation and the exact person that said it, but we will remember the way it made us feel when they said it. And we take those feelings as the truth because it has an impact. So then, do I trust myself? How do I grow up trusting that these were just words that belong to somebody else and have nothing to do with who I am and how I am. And this is a very simple and very small example. But when we talk to people, when I talk to my clients, for example, every one of us comes with a set of stories that we made and built while we were growing up. Those are stories that are made based on what other people told us, that we took as our truth. And then we live our lives, we carry on with life, believing that story being my truth. Therefore, this is what I do and this is how I behave. Because based on that story, I build my identity. This is who I am. And then based on the identity, this is who I am. This is what I believe in. I will build the set of beliefs that I will I will take it into my body as mine. I won't even question them. And based on those beliefs, I have certain thoughts. And based on the thoughts, I will create certain amount of emotional life, certain quality rather of an emotional life based on the thoughts, right? And the thing about
From that, how do you we are a product of our upbringing, we are a byproduct of the people around us, we are a byproduct of the trauma, the circumstances, the beating and the verbal abuse and the physical abuse and you know uh, emotional abuse, lack of validation from people around us, or on the opposite side, love, unconditional love from the people around you, unconditional love from your parents. So, we have both, both aspects of the spectrum, that it could be this or it could be that, but bottom line is we are a byproduct of our upbringing, of everything, that all the circumstances in our life. How do we at I think we reach a point in our life, right, where we are like, okay, you know what, I can't. I've even heard from people where people will say that I can't even resonate with myself when I look at, as a bystander, if I stand and look at myself as a person, and I am looking and I don't recognize this person that I see in the mirror, because I don't really resonate with this person, and I don't know who this person is and their belief system, because I don't feel I recognize myself anymore.
and this is a perfect example of the disconnect between what I know based on the experiences, the conditioning of life that I've lived through and with, versus what I really feel like, who I really feel like I am being inside, internally. What are my beliefs and my feelings and my emotions that are disattached from that conditioning? But it's a discourse, because the conditioning is everybody I know, and I need these people in my life. So, in addition to what you said, I wanted to add on. It's not only, we there are experiences that are negative, right, and then there are positive because it's people that unconditionally love us. It can get even more confusing than that, because people will tell us they love us unconditionally and they will hurt us at the same time, saying it's in the name of love, because that's what love means to them. It
What
can
should
be
love mean?
it is very confusing. What is unconditional love? Let's talk about that. What do you think? How do you feel is, unconditional love feels like, first of all, feels like, looks like in my relationships? Who am I being? What am I doing? What am I saying when unconditional love is present? And I have a great story about that, actually. I just thought of it. I have a great story about that.
I think to me, unconditional love is a love where you accept someone for who they are. Unconditional love for myself is to forgive myself for making choices which ended up not working out for me. Unconditional love for myself is to accept myself with all the good, bad, and the ugly. And I think when you give unconditional love, which is giving unconditional love perhaps to your children or to your siblings, or I think the biggest place where you give unconditional love is to perhaps a spouse or to children. I think it might be difficult to give unconditional love to a spouse, but because you have certain expectations. So right there you're not able to give unconditional love, but I think it is doable when it comes to your children. uh, but maybe there too you still have expectations.
I love everything you said, and I applaud you for being so conscious about that, about yourself, because everything always starts with me first, right? If I do not know how to treat myself, then I will not know how to treat others in similar situations.
Life, with its dilemmas, sometimes raises many questions and worries. While we all need to take care of them ourselves, don't hesitate to ask for help. It doesn't mean you are weak, it means you want to stay strong. Ushaji, a well-known clairvoyant, has helped many since past 5 decades on various aspects of their life with her psychic excellence in giving details about.
Okay, so we are in a break, Beata. So we will
Okay.
pause and we will resume after the break. And for people who are watching us online, um, uh, because the studio is still new,
Yeah.
yeah, we went into a break and I wasn't looking at the clock, which is behind me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
okay. It's
we're still
okay.
getting
It's
used to
okay.
it.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
So, Viera, tell me, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm still, I am just enjoying this whole process of transformational work because I am constantly transforming myself, you
You
know.
are, by the way, we are still live on Instagram. I'm going to disconnect because I usually do the first 30 minutes. Um,
Okay.
but we are live on LinkedIn and YouTube, and we are live
Okay.
on Facebook as well. So,
Thank you for letting me know.
yes, because I just wanted to make sure
Oh,
you were aware.
that's a great, yes, let's take photos. I love that.
Okay, actually, that was
Amazing.
me taking a photo. I am just getting ready to, but I will take a photo. Right now, I'm just getting ready to disconnect
Okay.
um, from Biera. Are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram.
Mm, what's your
At busy coaching, as you see it on my ID here, at busy coaching, it's exactly like that.
okay?
With family members or any caregivers and take the right action at the right time. So visit familyprohealth.com or call 833-776-4584. That's 833
Do you have a
776
green logo?
4584. Use code
Um, no. Oh, is there another busy coaching maybe?
I don't know.
I sent you a link in our private chat also here to Instagram. So maybe you can.
Oh, I just found you. Okay, it
Okay,
said I
good.
cannot tag you because we are not connected. But
Oh, well, how is it possible that we are not connected?
on Instagram, maybe.
I know, I'm just joking.
Um, but let
We
me
need
go
to do
ahead and
that on
just quickly
Instagram.
share this before we continue.
Okay.
Radio Karma is excited to become a part of Phoenicia family. Treat your senses with music and entertainment and the magic of Phoenicia's programming.
Okay.
Tune in to
So,
104.9
like I said, we are still streaming live on. We are on Facebook and
Okay.
put this here. Welcome back. You're listening to Saima Dillon on Heart to Heart with Saima. And I come to you every Thursday. By the way, this is Saima. You are able to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. We are streaming live. We have been streaming live everywhere. So you are able to follow me under Saima Malik Dillon or Saima Dillon, whichever one you find, because some places it's a bit different. But do follow me because I am streaming the show live. And which means that if you're not able to listen to the whole show right now, you can even go on to Radio Caravan's Facebook page and you will find me streaming over there. So we are in multiple places. I come to you on Thursdays. I am live streaming. There is a women empowerment group for women. Agar aap Facebook pe hain, it is under WON. The acronym stands for Women of Noor. WON, and you're able to join us over there in the group. And we're all about touching lives. And if you are listening and you want to watch us on the live version of it, I would love for you to I would love for you to join. I do have Beata on the show, and we have been streaming live. Beata is certified through Transformation Academy in 2020 as a master life coach. She's a graduate of Tony Robbins Master University and Leadership Academy. In her work, which is you can find her on Instagram under BZ dot coaching. Beata utilizes tools from human design, gene keys, and NLP systems. And as an immigrant, she's passionate about guiding other women through the emotional struggles of fitting in towards clarity and a deep sense of belonging. Her vision is to create communities where we value and respect each individual as a significant part of the collective. So once again, Beata, welcome to Heart with Saima. And I always appreciate your opinions and your feedback, and I appreciate you being here. And so, Beata, we were talking about trust, and we were actually talking about unconditional love, and you were going to share your thoughts on unconditional love, and you were going to share a story. So go ahead.
Yes. Well, thank you again for having me, Saima, and all the sentiments I can always, give you right back, because I see you as being an instrumental part in the women's world and empowerment, especially. So thank you for that.
Thank
Speaking of an individual that makes a difference in the collective, you are a perfect example of that. So
thank you.
thank you. Yes, we're talking about unconditional love. It's something that was hard for me also to grasp for a long time. And in terms, I understood that it's something that you do as you are being a giver. It's who am I being in life as a human being, right? As a person. So if I'm a giver by nature, my ego does, it's somewhere in the background, if it even exists at all. And my actions and my actions with other people are based on the feeling of love. It comes from the heart, right? The heart to heart connection. If I'm able to connect my heart with somebody else's heart, regardless of the relationship, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the history between us, that's unconditional love. Because in that moment, when I'm connected, I'm forgiving, I'm accepting. There is only a feeling of, I see you as a human being with all your faults and with all your wonderful traits, with all your misfortunes and your fortunes in life, with everything that you are. And I respect your human experience. We all have the human experience on this planet that comes with a lot of challenges, a lot of failures, a lot of fears, and a lot of success for us, for many people as well. But can we see someone who is failing at everything as still a valuable human being? Can we see someone who's hurt us tremendously in the past as a human being in the moment of when life actually matters? So the story I have behind that is the moment when I saw unconditional love right in front of me, and it was no question in my mind what I was witnessing and experiencing as a witness at the same time, because I felt connected to what happened in front of me. A couple of years ago, I made a longer trip to Europe, and I decided to stay in my home country, Poland, with my family for a little longer than usual, because I've been an immigrant. I've been in this country for decades, and I felt like I needed closer connection with my family members. My parents are gone, so now I have only extended family, and it matters even more. So my mom's sister is someone who's not many years older than me, so I have a closest connection with her, and I would stay with her. She was married to a man who was very, very difficult as a husband and as a father. He had an addiction. You know, he was an alcoholic, and in the past decades of their life together, it was a very difficult life for my aunt and her two daughters. So 2 years ago, when I came in, it was obvious and apparent to me that he is towards the end of his life. The addiction has taken its toll to the point that he had to be hospitalized, and it was really on the thread of, is he going to survive? So it was about 2 weeks of a time when he was chained to the hospital bed, going through an excruciating pain. The addiction, coming out of the addiction, the detoxifying process was brutal, absolutely brutal. And during this almost 3 weeks period of time, my aunt, who had a very, very, very hard time to have any feelings of love towards this man who's hurt her so much over decades of life together. In the time of the knowing that this life is towards the end, she found enough strength to be in a hospital every single day. And in a moment, in those 2-3 weeks of time where he was coming in and out of consciousness, he was recognizing us and not recognizing us. In the moment when he came out into the consciousness, and it was obvious and apparent that recognized us as we were walking through the door in the hospital room. For the first time, he looked at her. The tears were going down his cheeks. She came over, she hugged him. She said, with this pure, absolute meaning of the words, "I love you and I forgive you." He looked at her in this deep eye connection, tears streaming down his cheeks. He could hardly speak at that time, but it was very clear what he was saying to her at that moment. He said, "I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you for your forgiveness."
A lifetime spent.
A lifetime spent.
And this life is it's a short life, and it's a precious life. And perhaps, I don't know, maybe it's not right of me to say this, but I feel that everyone's life matters. And in this life, and Beata, we are in the last 8 minutes of our show. In this life, we are meant to seek happiness. Yes, there are other things too, which are there, but there's nothing in this life which is more important than happiness. And I know I preserve my peace of mind uh, to the um, to the extent that literally my daughter, my 22-year-old daughter, was talking to me about Palestine yesterday, and
Mm.
about me being I'm not very vocal, but about me, I feel putting in a little contribution, whatever it's worth, on my social media. um, and my daughter was like, Mom, you holding on to your peace of mind, I understand, but change doesn't come if you stay quiet, and you have
Beautiful.
to the non peaceful aspect of life, in order for you to express, to share your voice, to put it out there. Otherwise, how will change come? So, and in fact, on that note, I'm even going to, talk about something. Someone shared this with me. Someone shared this. She was a 5-year-old girl. When she was 5, she was abused, physically abused, sexually abused. Uh, um, and this is in Pakistan. She was sexually abused by the servant who used to live in the house, the servant and the servant, not the servant, but the servant's son, and who at the age of 5, you don't understand what is going on around you. And So I apologize. We don't have 8 minutes. We actually have 15. I had the wrong time on that
It's
phone.
okay.
So that child right there was physically being abused and when she was describing and she posted, she was very graphic about the living room where she was physically abused, the the garage where she was
Mm.
physically abused. And she said, at the age of 5, I did not understand what was going on, and I just felt violated, something was wrong. But even till today, I have such vivid, because I went to my mother when I turned 9. I went to my mother, and I told my mother that this is something that is happening, and my mother told me to keep quiet, because if she says anything, then everyone will doubt the child, the girl. So she said, I will never forgive my mother. And the reason I wanted to bring this on, because the story just it just was so it's so devastating when we
Yeah.
stand there and we are so worried about what will people say, what will people around us will say, that we stand there and we watch. We don't give our voice to anything wrong which is happening around us, and
Hmm.
we let it happen, and we don't say anything. And what I did want to point out as well is, when parents, how can your instinct not tell you that there's something wrong, especially
Yes.
if the child is saying that something is wrong, something, you're drawing pictures of a demon, or you're drawing pictures of something demonic or dark. And how do you not pinpoint, how do you not care about your child enough to want to see what is going wrong? And the reason I'm talking about this on air is because there is countless sexual abuse that happens. Predators are all around. It is just so important to be over mindful, to be in tune with your children, to build a relationship where your child is able to come to you. And when the child tells you that something is wrong, you have to, if you've brought a child into this world, how do you not how do you not have enough caring for your own child? And then going from this back to what I just talked about a few minutes ago, uh, what is happening when innocent people are dying? You have to raise your voice, because if you
Yes,
stand there and watch um, things happen which are wrong, then
yes.
you are an equal, um, you have equal accountability for, as someone who stands there and watch wrong things being happen.
So this is why I do what I do, to help people find their voice so they can say what they have to say. Because in my perspective and in my opinion, we are parents, we are responsible adults, or we think we are, but we still cannot do the hardest work. That we still are not taking the hardest responsibility. We don't live integrally with how we feel about how things are right and wrong in life. It's because we never we were never allowed this, we never got the permission to speak, and we never worked on ourselves. We never found this transformation within, to find that voice, to find, to find the connection with the true self, with the true heart to heart connection, and speak my mind about it with love and with respect. Because I can, there are many ways I can express myself, but if I express myself through anger, I create violence. If I find my true voice as a human being, I promise you, it always comes from love, because we are meant to connect through love, with love. And if I never find the love in myself, for myself, and the forgiveness for the hardest things that happened to me in my life, I am not able to speak up for me, my children, my family, my country, my beliefs. I am not able to speak up. So open your consciousness. Don't be afraid to look into your dark places, to your dark experiences in the past. Look them in the eye, confront them, and find the way to work through them, to release, to forgive, to let go, and create something beautiful
Beata,
based on those
many,
experiences.
I talk to so
Find
many.
that connection. Yeah, find that connection with your children. Find the connection with your spouses. Find the connection with your friends. It is available, and it is up to me. It is my work. I have to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, you're the only one who can bring change in your life. No one else has the ability to bring change in your life. You're the only one who can do that. And I think I speak to so many people, Beata, who have a difficult time sitting in silence. And,
I believe that.
you know, whether you believe in God, or you believe in universal energy, or whatever it is, you believe in a source, or whatever it is that you believe in, um, the bottom line is we are all created by the same creator.
Yes,
And when we sit there and when we either pray, or when we meditate, or when we are trying to manifest something, it is all going to the same source, no matter what name you give that source.
yes,
And when you do that, so many, you find your creator, your source, your connection, your soulfulness, you find it in silence. And so many people I speak to, Beata, who cannot sit in silence because
I
they
know.
cannot deal with their own thoughts, the magnitude and the darkness of their thoughts, their trauma, their experiences. And it is so important, whether you're talking to a life coach, or or people are connecting to you, Beata. Beata, did you want to share your confirmation, your contact information, not confirmation, uh,
Yes.
where people can reach out to you?
Yes, I
I do
think I sent
have it on the live.
links. Yes. If someone is interested in working together, I am offering 2 sessions for one, for the price of one, in the gratitude to Saima. So please just send Saima in a message if you don't feel like reaching out with a big message, and I understand what that means.
And if you want,
Um,
if you have, if anyone has a difficult time, just reach out to me on social media and DM me, and I can connect you.
Absolutely. And I also, and reach out to me, the name that you see is the name that's on all of the social media. um I really, I find I see so much incredible value in our individual work, to work through the trauma, to heal, to reach out to people in my communities. This is what I mean by my vision. We are a product of a society that was based on an success of an individual. I am better than you kind of belief, right? He is better than me, she is better than me, rather than we all are unique. We all have a special value that we bring, regardless of the um, um, of the products of my work that other people can see. We bring something to the communities that has its own unique contribution. So pay attention to you, how you grow, what you think, what you give, how you connect. That is your value. This is how we build together. Don't compare yourself to other people, but see yourself, see your growth, see the decades of your life, look back, see what works and what doesn't work. There are so many things that we can do. There are so many things we can improve. We can do it in so many different ways too, through talking, through
60
different activities.
Yeah. There are 60 to 70,000 thoughts which go through the human mind on a daily basis, and 90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts that we think about on a daily basis. If you are somewhere in your life, whether it's financially, or it's emotionally or mentally, and you're wanting to change your life, it's those 90% thoughts which are the same, which go through your mind on a daily basis, and they reaffirm and reaffirm and reaffirm every single day. That is what you need to break free from. That is what you need to break out from, because your thoughts do create your destiny.
Absolutely. And if our bodies hold all the emotions from the past. The mind holds the memories and the messages. The body holds the energy of how all the feelings and emotions that we've been through. So, on the sort of last note before we have to go, I really hope that if you feel anxious or stressed, it's if you on regular basis have negative thoughts, your nervous system is dysregulated. Most people go through that. You are not alone. You are not different in that way. We put masks on. People don't want to let out what really goes in. So trust yourself, regulate your nervous system by being good to yourself. Go for a walk in nature, go swim in the water, journal all the thoughts, get them out of your head. Whatever words need to get out, journal them, let them go. Look
Literally
at
a
the sun, go.
brain dump. Just dump
Yes,
everything that is in your brain, in your heart. Dump it all on
yes.
paper, so that it will no longer occupy space unnecessarily in your brain.
Absolutely. Move the energy in your body. Do yoga, go dancing, meditate, do breathing exercises. There's so much now with the internet, the YouTube, we have so many free
It's all
resources out
there.
there
Everything.
to
It's all
connect to. Exactly. And it's wonderful material. So if you're not ready to work with someone one-on-one, for example, start by just being curious. Be curious about why you feel the way you feel, what other people have to say about that, what is
having
out there
different voices.
available.
That is so powerful, right? When you have the intention to want, the
Intention.
desire
Yes.
to do something, to work on yourself and to change your life, that's when
Yes.
everything starts changing.
Ask yourself one question. When things go wrong and the thoughts go south and it feels heavy and this message in the head repeats over and over and over again, ask yourself a question. Is that really true?
You know, 80% of the things that we think about, they don't even end up happening. So we have gone
Exactly.
through, put ourselves through so much anxiety unnecessarily because, most of those things don't even end up happening. Folks, you're listening to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday from 1 to 2, and you're able to, like I mentioned earlier, I am a real estate agent by profession. I do commercial and residential real estate. You're able to email me at VIP at Saima Dillon, Saima DHILLON.com. You can reach out to me at 972-244-3106. Please send me a text message so I can see what it is that you're needing and I can respond back to you because I don't answer unknown numbers. We are in the last 3 seconds. Have an awesome day and thank you.
Keeping the community growing.
Thank
Send the text.
you.
Loud. Beata, thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much.
Having you here as always, and love you and take care of yourself. I'm going to disconnect because the next person is here and talk to you later.
Love you too. Thank you.